what was difficult for me was getting myself upstairs to my office and taking the time to write, because I'd be like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute, I need to straighten up the kitchen first. Oh, wait a minute, I need to do this first. Oh, I need to make sure I'm ready for work tomorrow. And then next thing I know, it's getting too late, and then it's bedtime or whatever. So my hardest part is saying no to everything else and just doing it. Because when I sit down and I start writing, it's a very pleasant experience, just like any other outlet that we all enjoy. This one wasn't. The next one probably is, because I haven't started it yet. I've got the outline, but I'm not sure how I'm going to start my first sentence. For this one, I knew exactly how I was going to start it, but I had no idea what I was going to do after that. I knew I was going to start it. I knew something was going to happen in the middle, but I had no idea what was going to happen throughout the story. I had a general outline and what some of my characters, what the rules in the tribe were, but what the storyline was going to be, I just started writing. It's just like you pretend that you're at school and your teacher says, okay, you have an hour, we're going to write. Write whatever is on your mind. And that's what I would tell myself. I would just pretend I'm a student and I have this awesome teacher who's going to say, okay, we're going to write for an hour. And I just started writing, and then I just got lost in the world. So I guess being a school teacher helps, because I always feel like we need more of that for the kids, where there's this, they have time to just read and time to just write and time to just express themselves. So I would regress and pretend I was a kid, I guess. Well, I like those. Yeah, get their attention right away. I feel like, I felt like maybe I should be doing more descriptive, because I'd read other books and I'm like, well, they're describing an awful lot. And then I'm thinking to myself, I can't wait for them to stop describing it and get back to the story. So I thought, no, I'm going to stay true to me, and I'm just going to stick to the story. Now, because this is a tribe, there are a few rituals and a few, prayers and songs in there that, I had to stop and think about. But I thought that was very important, because that was part of, because my whole gist of the book was that this tribe is a society, and how did they function? You have to have something to give the people. The people have to have something to believe in. They have to have a reason to get up and things to do and a purpose in life. And so there's some of that. But yeah, I say get on it. And mine, I don't want to give away too much, but the very beginning of mine, the girl is talking. It's all in English. It's not in primitive tribe speak. Just their names. No, the girl has a broken English. And when I remember my dad saying, at first I thought you were going to write the whole book like that. And then I realized it was a girl, it was a special needs girl. She had broken English because the umbilical cord, she deprived of oxygen when she was born. Life cord, or I can't remember what I called it. But anyway, but she's a big character in the book. And her sister is the main character in the book, who kind of takes care of everybody. But I started off with them and something with the red berries. There's the red berries they can eat, and there's the red berries that are poisonous. And it all starts off with Yaza wants to eat the red berries, and Ado says, no, I'll make you a beautiful crown. So, and kind of introduces you to the mystery of the red berry bush. Like, what is the big mystery behind these red berries? So, yeah, but yeah, I kind of answers your question. And your question, how do you get started? You sit your butt down, you take out a pencil and a paper, and you just write a sentence. And if you don't like it, keep writing until you've written a paragraph, and then read it over. And then you start making changes. Have you ever written a letter to anyone? And you write a letter and you're like crossing out words and fixing things and putting little smiley faces. Oops, I didn't mean to, or SP because I didn't spell it right. That's what you're doing. You just write it. And then next thing you know, you're writing another page and you're writing another page. If you're enjoying the process. If you're not enjoying the process, then maybe that's not your creative outlet. Or maybe you don't have the story in you. Maybe you just need to have some more life experiences or ideas before you can write the story down. And a lot of people think, they go into it thinking, oh, okay, I gotta write this because we have this whole, we wanna be the famous or make the money thing. If it's just something, if it's poetry, if there's something you just enjoy writing, then just Write it. It may just be your own diary, your nightly blessings. All your blessings for the day. And that ends up becoming a little autobiography for your loved ones to read later. Because you've written it down. Because once you're gone, whatever ideas and thoughts you had in your head, unless they're written down, they're gone. Yeah. So if you have an imagination and you have a story in you, no matter what you think, if you think it's corny or you think it's going to offend or you think it's nobody's going to be entertained by it, you're entertained by it, write it down and just enjoy writing it and enjoy reading it and sharing it with your friends and families and new friends that you make along the way. Yes, ma'am. There were times where I was overwhelmed that I couldn't write fast enough. And, but that's the runner's high. That's the writer's high. You're like, oh my gosh, this is great. And you just keep writing. I didn't have to cut anything out, but, they just took my money and printed the book. So if somebody else, I would like to, which is what I would like to do, I would like to write my next book, and I'd like to be able to buy the rights to this book and then find a whole new editor and a whole new publisher and do it up together. And maybe even put the two books together and make one big book with it. I'm fine with that if somebody ever reads it and says, I like your idea, but I think there's more you can do. And I would like to have somebody who's a professional who really knows more about this to work with me. But, I don't know where to go for that. And so I'm just out here, just sharing my story and letting you know that the most inexperienced of us can at least write down an idea and have fun doing it. And I truly did have fun doing it, and I really am looking forward to writing my next book. I just have to carve out the time, give myself an hour a day. I'm very disciplined. It's like exercise. I'm like, okay, I got to get my exercise in each day. Well, now I need to add that to my daily thing. We brush our teeth every day, we sleep every day, we exercise every day. Okay, now I got to have a time of writing. And I'm sure there are many things I can cut out of my day and do that. I just have to do it. And of course, I'm inspired because I'm here with you. And I feel like, okay, I need to do, I got to practice what I preach. I can't be a hypocrite. Yes, I will work. I will be more consistent in my writing. I won't have so much gap in time. And I would like to have at least a daily routine. It may not be 7 days a week, but it may be 3 or 4 days a week where I'm like, okay, this is a writing day, and just do it and be more consistent. And I'd like to get it done in a shorter period of time so there's more of a flow through the writing. You don't see a break in the writing. Because like I said, when I was doing it, I just had a blast doing it. And it was great. And I felt Dad with me too. I thought, oh man, I wish Dad were like, he would like this part of the story. He would like this twist. He would like this character. So that, whatever isn't your inspiration, we all have somebody in our life that's our inspiration. And if that's what it takes, then that's great. So, yeah. Write what you love, write what you know, and just enjoy the process. Yes? Yeah. Well, it would be a comedy, and I would have my son, the comedian, help me with it, and the title would be My Child Said Puck, like hockey puck, because you do get those notes. Why did you get my child to detention? That's not what he said. Or I had another coworker said they were going to write a book, the gravy's always yellow. So, yeah. I'm sure, I don't know, because I feel like I'm ready to move on from the teaching. I've been in the same building, the same career. I've been through lots of principals, and but I just want another outlet in my life. I have so many other things, but I really enjoy writing this. If I did anything else, it would probably be something funny with my son, and he'd probably help me with it because he's really good at illustrating. It'd be probably more of a graphic novel, something, life in middle school. Well, I thank you very much for letting me come down to your beautiful town in New Harmony, and I've enjoyed my stay, and we're having a good time. Did the historic tour. It was lovely. It's a lovely town and a lot of history. It was very inspiring. So thank you very much.